with Darryl Nutting in the 20 of David Schilling. Back 7 rows deep now on the inside lane will be the 7 of Michael Sabia. On the outside will be the 27 of Jeremy Pitts. Then it's the 37 of Chad Edwards and the 3 of Nick Lussier in row number 8. Row number 9, 17th starting position will be the 5 of Pat Jones and the 38 of Joey Scarborough. Then starting 19th on the grid regular out at the Airborne Park Speedway in the PM Larry's Restoration, car number 29. That is Nick Heywood. On the outside of him will be the 14X of Scott Duell. He'll start 20th. 21st on the grid will be the 92 of Nick Fretto. On the outside of him will be the 06 of Mike Coffey Jr. The 4 of Derrek Bornt will start in 23rd. 24th will be the 12 of John Miller. Then it'll be the 96 of Rob Maxon and the 19 of Joe Williams. Our provisional starters here for tonight: the 84 of Ricky Quick, the 21 of Marty Kelley III, the 26 of Jim Osgood, and the 234 of Adam McAuliffe. There's your starting grid for tonight's King of Dirt Sportsman feature event. As the field works its way off of turn number 4, ladies and gentlemen, give a wave to your favorite drivers on the King of Dirt Sportsman Tour, as next time by, we're going green flag racing here tonight. Speshock going to work its way into turn number 3 and 4. Ladies and gentlemen, a shower of 602 crate power about to send a shockwave on the great race place. It's the King of Dirt Sportsman Series. Oh, yeah! Up into turn number 1 and 2 for the first time, it will be the 32C of James Meehan with the race lead as he powers off the corner. Andrew Buff looking to follow as he goes down into turn number 3 and 4 as they bring it around for the first time. Side by side off the corner, it will be Meehan as your race leader. They work their way up into turn number 1 and 2. Jack Speshock going to be the first car to go to the outside lane right behind him as he'll look to take the number 3 spot from Jake Scarborough down off at turn number 2. They're side by side. Speshock going to go off the banking. That's going to allow Tim Hartman Jr. to try to draw in on him up off at turn number 3 and 4 this time as they come down the front straightaway. Meanwhile, a new race leader out in front as Andrew Buff is nosed out ahead of that 32C machine. Buffer to the race lead. Second is the 32C of Meehan as he will backslide into that position. Speshock goes off the banking for the second straight time down the backstretch. This time he'll lose a number of positions through turn number 3 and 4. He'll drive it back down to the middle of the racetrack, but not before driving all the way back into spot number 7. Here with just 3 laps completed on the Advanced Auto Parts lap counter as the field is going to work its way down the back straightaway. Andrew Buff up at the front as your race leader. James Meehan holding at the number 2 spot. Meanwhile, here's Tim Hartman Jr. starting to mount a challenge up on the top side through turn number 3 and 4. He's trying to close in onto the Decker Chevrolet. Car number 24 of Jake Scarborough as he rides it up into turn number 1 and 2. Field working it through the corner up off of turn number 2 this time as right now Robert Bublak holding on to that final spot in the top 5 as they carry it down into turn number 3 and 4. Off the corner they ride. Here's Jack Speshock looking to make a move here with 5 laps completed, the 1-6 mark completed here in this 30-lap feature event. At the front, Andrew Buff already out to a 15-car length advantage through turn number 3 and 4 as he rides the outside lane and continues to use it to his advantage. Meehan just staying close in that number 2 spot, or trying the best he can in that J&M Automotive machine. But now we got a new third-place man behind him as the Perillo Services car number 22 at Tim Hartman Jr. has worked his way up into a podium position down into turn number 3 and 4. Working it up behind him will be the 27B machine up off of turn number 4. That's Bublak trying to get by Scarborough for spot number 4. He will take that position away as they continue to ride the inside of the racetrack. Meanwhile, that'll backslide the 08 or the 24 to 5th, and then a battle between the 08 and the 09 down the back straightaway for spot number 6 as Speshock works underneath the 09 of Connor Cleveland for position. Field continuing to work now as we got a battle for second. James Meehan working the inside, but Tim Hartman Jr., as we've seen so many times, worked the outside of the racetrack trying to draw in on him up off of turn number 2 that time. He's cut it to about 2 car lengths into turn number 3 and 4 as Hartman looks to make a bid for the runner-up spot up off the corner this time. Will close in even nearer on Meehan. Almost gives him a shot in the back bumper on entry at turn number 1 and 2 as he'll dust up off the cushion. Look to pull even off the corner as he'll try to make a move down the back straightaway. Here's Hartman once again turning the wick up one more time through turn number 3 and 4. Off the corner they come. Meehan holding strong on the bottom. That time Hartman gets right into the back bumper. He knows he's faster, but Meehan doing a great job on the bottom, just staying in front of that number 22 machine. 1/3 of the way through this feature event, Andrew Buff has led this one from about lap number 3 as he continues to bring it past as we get to slower traffic. He'll get by the 96 off Rob Maxon up into turn number 1 and 2 that time. Meanwhile, here's Hartman all over the back bumper of Meehan once again. In spots 3 through 4 run single file down the back straightaway. Meehan still sits second. Then it's Hartman holding on to third. Fourth right now is the 27 of Bublak. And Jake Scarborough holding on to that number 5 spot as Connor Cleveland looking to dance around the outside of him here as they move toward the halfway point. Slower traffic down ahead of your race leader now as Andrew Buff starts to close in on the Marty Kelley machine and the 26 of Jim Osgood as he will come down to lap number 13 this time by Meehan holding on to the number 2 spot now as he's got the 22 of Hartman right on the inside of him up off by turn number 2. Bublak right there lurking as well as spots 2 through 4 continue to work their way up off the turn number 2 and stay right together. Scarborough still holding on to that number 5 spot, but Connor Cleveland lurking it up on the top. He's got Dave Constantino behind him, both looking to crack the top 5 for the first time here in this feature event. As Cleveland, the point leader, working it on the outside, looking for position as he will take that number 5 spot away and crack the top 5 for the first time. Meanwhile, here's Bublak looking for the number 4 spot to get by Hartman here at the halfway side. As they come down, 15 are in, 15 remain. Hartman switches lanes right in front of Bublak, cutting off his momentum for a second. Bublak gets into the back bumper. Now here's Hartman trying to make a bid on Meehan for the runner-up spot one more time. Hartman right up on top of the cushion this time through turn number 3 and 4. Going to bring it off the corner as Tim Hartman Jr. that time will clear James Meehan and go to the number 2 spot here with just 14 laps remaining. That 92 of Andrew Buff still out in front of this one. He's got about a half a straightaway advantage down the back straightaway as he continues to work the top side up into turn number 3 and 4. Keep an eye now on the battle for the number 3 spot, though, as here comes Bublak diving to the bottom to try to get by James Meehan, who has gone back to the top. They're dead even for position up into turn number 1 and 2 that time, but Meehan trying to hold on to the advantage on the outside, just can't do it, as now Bublak will go to the number 3 spot. Car off the banking in turn number 2. That is the 7 and 8 Constantino. He'll drop a couple of positions. That'll put the 08 of Jack Speshock back into spot number 7. Here as laps continuing to wind down in this one as Andrew Buff continues to lead. But Tim Hartman Jr. starting to work his way up on the outside. Still about just over a second behind your race leader. But you know Hartman in the late stages of these things seem to get a little bit faster when it goes a little bit extra distance. We'll see if he can do this in this feature event tonight. Meanwhile, Buff still out to about a half a straightaway advantage down the back straightaway as Hartman starting to draw in. Both of them on the preferred line right now as lap cars to the inside of them up off of turn number 2. And this time by, it'll put lap number 20 on the board. 20 in, 10 remain for the driver of the 92 of Andrew Buff. Buff on the top side, continuing to work it down. He's got about 10 car lengths separating first and second. Robert Bublak pulling away from Connor Cleveland, who has now cleared Meehan for the number 4 spot. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Cleveland going to try to work the bottom and pick up another position. He's got Marty Kelley right in front of him this time. Buff up through turn number 2 this time as Hartman continuing to draw near. That time he was only about 4 car lengths away from him on exit of the corner here as we move toward the closing stages of this feature event. Hartman starting to see blood in front of him as he starts to draw in even more. He's cut it down to about 6 car lengths down in this time as he's pushing to the inside. Almost pulls even with him up off of turn number 2. Here's Hartman going to go side by side for the race lead. New race leader down the back straightaway. That is the Pearl Services car number 22 of Tim Hartman Jr. TH2 continuing to work the bottom off of turn number 4. He'll get the race lead outright down the front stretch here if lap number 23 goes on the board. Buff will backslide to second. Connor Cleveland now is cleared to 27 via Bublak for third, but has slower traffic right in front of him. That's not going to be a factor, though, as Bublak that time bobbled off the banking. So Hartman up off of turn number 4 this time, continuing the lead. Buff still working the outside lane, trying to draw back on him as he's going to see if he can get him back on the top side before Hartman has to go back up there. Hartman going to easily clear Miller and Sabia up off of turn number 2, and next time by there will be just 5 laps remaining in this feature event. 25 are in, 5 to go for the driver of the 22 of Tim Hartman Jr. Hartman has 2 lap cars between himself and second place man Andrew Buff. Then he go back to find Connor Cleveland about 10 car lengths behind that. Robert Bublak sitting in 4th. 5th right now, James Meehan. 6th, Jake Scarborough. 7th, Chris Johnson. 8th, Jack Speshock. 9th, Dave Constantino. And David Schilling rounding out your top 10. Meanwhile, Hartman Jr. clicks off another lap here with just 4 laps left to go in this one as he rides the inside of the racetrack. Buffer way up on the top, continuing to work the cushion up off of turn number 2. But Hartman has done nothing but pull away from the field as he continues to power it down up off of turn number 3 and 4. Next time by, he'll see the 2 to go sign from Richie Peterson. He's out to almost a full straightaway advantage on the front stretch as he continues to work it down into turn number 1 and 2. As Bublak trying to work his way to try to catch the 09 of Cleveland. And now Cleveland with a great run off at turn number 2 may have something for Buff before this one's all said and done for the runner-up spot. Meanwhile, Popsicle Sticks out in front. 2 laps to go here for the Perillo Services. Car number 22, Machina Tim Hartman Jr. As he continues to lead this one up off at turn number 2. He's got about a half a straightaway advantage down the back straightaway, and that's opened up to about a full one now through turn number 3 and 4 as he'll come to the white flag this time by. 1 lap to go here in the Friday Night Lights portion of the feature event tonight as he goes into turn number 1 and 2 for the final time. Hartman continuing to pull away from Andrew Buff. They work their way down the back stretch into turn number 3 and 4. Ladies and gentlemen, he's going to get it done off the corner. Tim Hartman Jr. going to pick up the win in Friday Night Lights. Second will be Andrew Buff. Third, Connor Cleveland. Fourth coming across the line will be Robert Bublak. And rounding out your top 5, the 32C of James Meehan.
So Tim Hartman Jr. going to pick up the victory in the 30-lap King of Dirt Sportsman event. The Perillo Services number 22 Bemis Trucking sponsored entry. Stopping down here in Victory Lane, also carrying sponsorship from Lussier's Auto Body. That's Hartman's 16th career win here at the track. Second of the season here at the Great Race Place, picking up the victory. While we await for Tim Hartman to get the congratulations down here in Victory Lane from Mike Warren, want to congratulate Dwight Peterson, our cash prize winner tonight. Dwight Peterson going to take the $1,473 back to Albany. Dwight Peterson, our cash prize winner. Andrew Buff pulling down onto the front straightaway as well. So we await Tim Hartman Jr. to make his way out of the car down here in front. Then he'll go down and celebrate in Victory Lane down behind the grandstand area. Right now, Tim Hartman getting the safety equipment off down here in front. That is our final event on tonight's racing program. We thank you for coming out and joining us this evening. As right now, making his way out of the car down front, the winner of the King of Dirt Sportsman event, TH2, Tim Hartman Jr. He'll make his way back around, a congratulatory handshake and a hug from the driver of the 92 that he took the lead away from, Andrew Buff. Well, he's down in Victory Lane. Mike Warren awaits him there. We'll send it down trackside to Wireless Mike.
Well, thank you, Dan. Tim, another fast car out here tonight, and it was interesting to see when you got up to second. Both of you guys were running the outside. You knew lap traffic was going to be a factor, and I think the difference was you could really put it on the inside and still move tonight.
Yeah, you know, it really helped me that Andrew got out to a little bit of a lead there. I could take my time and kind of figure out what he was doing, and I was able to try a couple things, and the bottom down that end was good, and you know, it looked like he just got a little off there in lap traffic, and he messed up the one corner that I hit right, and I was able to get the car under him. And you know, thanks to Mike Perillo for giving me such an awesome race car. Hope we make him proud with a race like this, because this thing is just unbelievable when the track gets slippery. And to my dad, Kyle, Tommy, everybody down there, that's waiting for me to come back and take some pictures.
Now, I know one thing, extra distance, extra money. It seems like you are always the cream of the crop here when this happens in the Sportsman division here at Albany Saratoga. I don't know what it is.
Well, I'll tell you, it's a little more stressful in the weeks leading up to these extra distance races because my dad makes sure that we go through every single nut and bolt. We try a little bit harder. I think he told me yesterday he grinded 14 tires the other day in preparations for this week. So, it's just a lot of work in the garage, making sure that we're going to have a fast race car when we unload off the trailer, and just can't thank him enough.
All right, Tim, congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of Friday Night Lights down here at Hoosier Tire Victory Lane, the driver of the Perillo Services, car number 22 of Tim Hartman Jr. I'm going to slide over and talk to our second-place finisher, Andrew Buff. And, Andrew, a great run out there. You got out in front, and Tim just got you in lap traffic at one corner.
Thank you. Yeah, he definitely beat me through lap traffic. I'm a little new to that, but I guess I'll get the hang of it.
Either way, a great run, and you got to be happy with the way the car was throughout the entire night. You get into the Super 6 to start the night off. I know it's a little tough going from the time trials straight to the redraw because you never know what's going to happen with the track in between, but you seem to master it pretty well.
Yeah, the track is completely different come feature time from warm-up, so it's kind of like a guessing game to us. We kind of just threw a little bit of everything at it and hope that it worked.
I know you got a lot of people you'd like to thank. As your dad, one of the hearts of this team back there.
Yeah, I can't thank my dad enough for everything that he does. Yeah, thanks. Yep. My mom, brothers, everyone that comes out to support me, I can't thank them enough.
All right, Andrew, congratulations. Andrew Buff, our runner-up finisher in tonight's Friday Night Lights down here, and that's going to finish things up here in Hoosier Tire Victory Lane down here tonight, as we are going to send it back up to Dan Martin one last time.